We're going to start with a cross-legged easy seat in the middle of the mat this morning. Grounding down through the sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. Bring the palms to rest on your knees. They can be up or down. Up's more of a receiving, down's more of a grounding. Let your elbows relax underneath your shoulders. Close your eyes and just take a minute to connect with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose with that slight constriction in the back of the throat. And the next inhale, reach both arms up to the sky, really reaching tall, getting length in the side body. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, cactus your arms, angel your wings, and lead with the chest. Inhale the arms back up to the sky. As you exhale, bring them back down to angel wings. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, as you twist, turn open to the left. The right hand goes behind you. Left hand goes on your knee. Your gaze is coming up over that right shoulder, or the left shoulder, excuse me. Inhale back up, reach tall. As you exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, reach both arms back up. As you exhale, give yourself a big hug, grab for opposite shoulder blades. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Inhale, reach both arms back up. And as you exhale, fold forward, release down, bring everything down to the mat, and just let your head and face and neck be soft. As you inhale, drag the hands on the mat, slowly round up, sit up nice and tall. Extend your right arm out like you're pushing the wall away from you, so your hand's flat. Take your left hand, keep the fingers together. Take your left hand and just lightly pull on the fingers back to get a nice stretch here in your wrists. Only go to feel a slight sensation. Release. Bend your hand down, grab those fingers again, and just slightly pull them in the direction towards the bottom of the wrist here. Just so you feel a slight sensation. Just getting some action in the wrist this morning. Release. Go ahead and shake that hand out a little bit if you need to. Switch sides. The left arm goes out like you're holding your hand up for a stop. Right hand grabs those fingers and just pulls them back just slightly here. Release. Point your fingers down. Go ahead and pull them up towards the wrist. Release. Wiggle that hand out a little bit if you need to. Release the hands down onto the mat in front of you. Firmly plant into the hands. Push into your knees and come into your tabletop. Checking your alignment here. Bring the knees together. Bring the hands out underneath of your shoulders, setting up for our modified plank here. Lower all the way down to your belly. Keep the hands underneath of your shoulders. The tops of the feet and the thighs are on the mat. The neck is long. We're in our baby cobra. Firmly press into the hands, up onto your knees, and back into child's pose, keeping the knees together. Move a little bit faster this time. Inhale up to your modified plank. Exhale down to your baby cobra. Inhale back up to your modified plank. Exhale back into child's pose. Take a breath in child's pose. Inhale up to your modified plank. Lower down to your baby cobra. Inhale up to your modified plank and back to your child's pose. Go ahead and flow through this with your own breath 3 times. Just getting warmed up here. Once you've completed it, meet me back in your tabletop position. And once you're in tabletop, I'll know you're ready to move on. Engage your core. Tuck the toes, draw the belly button up in towards the spine, and lift your knees about an inch above the mat. Bring the gaze slightly forward here for your beast pose. Strong arms, strong legs, and the core is engaged. Check in with your breath. Firmly root down through the hands. Hoist the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the knees, walking your dog, left and right. Shift forward into your plank. Check your alignment. Make sure the hands are directly below the shoulders. We've got one long line of energy from the crown of the head to the heels. Lower all the way down to your belly again. Inhale up to your baby cobra. Place the hands underneath of the shoulders. Push up to your plank again. Hoist your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Again, pedaling it out here, checking in with the breath. Bring the right leg high. Step it through your two front hands. Drop the back knee and foot down. Engage your core, round up. Crescent lunge with the knee down. Give me a slight back bend here, reaching tall. Inhale to find more length. As you exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Again, finding stability here in that front foot and that knee. Inhale to find more length. As you exhale, look right, twist right. Firmly pressing the hands together, looking up over that right shoulder. As we inhale, we find more length. As we exhale, we try to twist a little bit deeper into the pose. Release the hands down to the mat. Frame that front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back foot and knee down and ground down. Round up to your crescent lunge with the knee down. Again, finding length in the side body, really reaching for the sky here. Giving me a slight back bend. Release the hands down to heart center. Take a moment to find more length. And then begin to twist to your left side. Firmly placing the hands together and bringing the gaze up over the left shoulder. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw here. You remember to breathe. Release the hands down to the mat. Frame that front foot, tuck the toes, lift the knee. Step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Step it through. Drop the back foot flat. Engage your core and come up to warrior one. Checking your alignment here. Make sure that front knee is directly above the heel. The knee is pointing more towards the pinky toe. That back foot's flat on the mat. The biceps are framing the face and the shoulders are relaxed. Reach tall. Straighten that front knee. Pop the back hip back. Moving into your triangle pose. Bring the right arm down to your shin, claw to the floor. The left arm goes high. Bend that front knee. Open up to warrior two. Warrior two, reaching for both sides of the room. Flip the front palm, lean into it, and reverse your warrior. High five the back wall, bring the gaze up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Frame that front foot. Step back to plank. Chaturanga down. Inhale to baby cobra or upward facing dog. Flip over your feet. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Really reach through those toes. Step it through. Drop the back foot flat. Round up to warrior one. Checking your alignment here. Reach tall. Spark through the fingertips. Relax the shoulders down. Straighten that front knee.
Head, shoulders.
Pop the back hip back.
Toes by cedar on hip.
And begin to move into your triangle on the second side. Bend that front knee. Come into your warrior two. Reaching for both sides of the room. The gaze is forward. Flip that front palm. Lean into it and reverse your warrior. Reverse warrior. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Go through your flow or meet me in a downward facing dog, modifying or intensifying however you need to. This is your practice. Inhale the heels high. Exhale the knees low. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Coming into your forward fold. Heel toe your feet out about a hip distance. Take your 2-piece fingers. Grab for your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift up to a flat back. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Rounding the spine. Bring the head and neck parallel to the mat. Relax everything down here. Release the toes. Heel toe your feet back together, halfway lift up. Exhale, fold forward, release down, drop your hips. Reverse swan dive up, upward salute. Again, finding length in the side body, really reaching tall here. Interlace your fingers. Point your pointer fingers, make your steeple fingers, really reaching tall. As you exhale, begin to tilt over to the right, popping that left hip out, keeping the biceps by the ears and your chin up. Really getting length in the side body. Inhale, come back to center. Again, really reaching for the sky here. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to hinge open to the left, popping that right hip out. Getting length in the right side body. Inhale, rise back up to center. Release your clasp, upward salute. Bring the hands to heart center. Take a minute to set a dedication or intention for this morning's practice. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, fold forward, release it down. Plant your hands. Step back to your plank pose and go through your flow. Again, modifying or intensifying however you need to this morning. Or just meet me in a downward facing dog, yogi's choice here. When you get to your downward facing dog, go ahead and walk your dog. Feel your knees left and right. Bring that right leg up to the sky. Open up to half scorpion here. Bring that right foot to your left glute. Maybe make circles with the ankle, big circles with the knee. Now hold it steady here in your half scorpion. Begin to flip your dog. Bring all 10 toes to face the small end of the mat. Rainbow the hips up towards the sky and bring the gaze back towards your right fingertips. Spy your mat. Flip it back. Right leg goes high. Step it through. Keep all 10 toes facing the small end of your mat and round up to your crescent lunge. Arms framing the face. Slowly bring the hands down to heart center. Find stability in that front foot with buoyancy in the back. Begin to move into your warrior 3. Keep the toes flexed in towards your nose. It helps with the balance. Keep a micro bend in the right leg, micro bend in the right knee, excuse me. Keep the hands in heart center. Find stability. One more breath here. Release down to your standing splits. That left leg goes high. We're actively trying to draw the torso towards the thigh here. Maybe try to kiss your knee. Release down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, plant your hands. Go through your flow or meet me in a downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, inhale the left leg high. Step it through. Drop the back foot. Engage the core coming up to your warrior 1. Reaching tall here. Lift that back heel, come into your crescent lunge. Release the hands down to heart center. Setting up for your warrior 3. Find stability in that back leg. Stability in the front leg, buoyancy in the back, lifting up to your warrior 3. Keep the toes flexed in. Engage the core, draw the belly button up in towards the spine. Another breath right here. Release down to your standing splits. Don't worry about how high that right leg goes. Just try to bring the torso as close to the thigh as you can. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale, fold forward, release down. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. Coming into your Malasana squat, actively pressing the elbows into the knees and the knees into the elbows here. Make sure that the feet are flat, grow tall through the crown of your head. Plant your hands on the mat. Hop back to your plank pose. Strong arms, strong legs. Lower down to your forearm plank. Engaging the core, so keeping that belly button drawn up and in. Push up to plank. Hoist your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold. Drop your hips. Reverse swan dive up. Upward salute. Make sure that the feet are together. Big toes are touching, little space between the ankles. Begin to sit down low into your chair pose. The weight is in the heels. Biceps are framing the face. Actively drawing your belly button up and in. Sit a little bit lower for me if you can. Bring your hands down into heart center. Inhale to find more length. As you exhale, look right, twist right. Firmly pressing the hands into one another. Bring that gaze up over your right shoulder. Release down. Forward fold. Heel toe your feet out again about a hip distance. This time we're going to slide our palms underneath of our feet for gorilla pose. The weight's going to be more in the toes here. Hollow out the belly and begin to hinge forward, relaxing the head and neck. Maybe bending the elbows, drawing your torso a little closer to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift up to a flat back. Your hands are still underneath of your feet. Exhale, fold forward. This time, maybe lifting one foot at a time, giving your hand a nice hand massage. Maybe the wrist. Switching sides and doing the left side. Maybe going back and doing the right. Maybe if you're really talented and you've got a whole lot of balance, you can do both at the same time. Release the hands out from underneath your feet. Heel toe them back together, big toes touching, little space between the ankles. Halfway lift up to a flat back. And then fold forward, release down. Drop your hips. Reverse swan dive up again, upward salute. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to sit down low in your chair again. Biceps are framing the face. Keep the weight back in the heels. Lift your toes up to make sure your weight's distributed evenly on the feet. Bring the hands into heart center. Sit a little lower for me if you can. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, look left, twist left this time. Release it down. Forward fold. Heel toe your feet out all the way to the edges of the mat again. Come into your Malasana squat. Sit down low. Actively pushing the elbows into the knees. Take the left arm. Reach behind that left knee. The right arm's coming up and over. Try to clasp your fingers behind you. Bring the gaze up over the right shoulder. Release the clasp. Come back into your Malasana squat. Hands are in heart center. Taking a breath here in the middle. Now try to bind on the other side. The right arm comes around, left arm reaches behind you. Interlace your fingers. Bring the gaze over the left side. Release. Come back into your Malasana squat. Release the hands down to the mat. Heel toe your feet back together. Popping the hips up towards the sky. Coming into your forward fold. Slowly walk your hands back out to your downward facing dog. Checking your alignment here. Checking with the breath. Bring that right leg up. Step it through. Drop the back foot and the back knee. Engage your core and round up. Arms framing your face. Begin to twist open to the right. The left arm goes forward, the right arm goes back, your gaze goes back. Inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, twist open to the left, or to the right, excuse me, to the left. Don't know my left and my right. The gaze goes back behind you. Inhale, both arms up. Release them down to frame that front foot. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Come back to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Step it through. Drop the back knee and foot. Round up. Arms framing the face. Crescent lunge. Inhale to find more length. As you exhale, twist open to the right. Gaze goes back behind you. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, twist open to the left. Gaze goes back behind you again. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Coming into your downward facing dog. Drop the knees down onto the mat. Sit back onto your heels, hinge forward, coming into your child's pose. Relax the forehead onto the mat. Bring the palms to face up behind you. Let your shoulders fall heavy by your ears. Take some refreshing breaths in and out right here. On the next inhale, rise up. Swing your legs out in front of you. Maybe giving them a good wiggle and a good shake. Ground down through both of your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the toes in towards your nose. Inhale, both arms up. Reach tall, hollow out the belly, and begin to hinge forward at the hips, keeping the back nice and flat. You can grab for your ankles, your shins, or your feet. Keep the chin up and the back flat, maybe bending the elbows to draw the torso closer to the thighs. Inhale, rise back up. Bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Grounding down through your sit bones again. Sit up nice and tall. Square your hips with the top of the mat and your foot. Your legs should be straight out in front of you. Keeping the toes flexed in. Hollow out your belly and begin to walk the hands forward, folding all the way down over that leg. Maybe you can come as far down as to kiss your knee. Maybe you can relax your head all the way down onto your knee. Maybe you're only right here. Listen to your body today. Only go as far as you feel comfortable. Release. Just sit back up. The right hand's going to come behind you on the mat. You're firmly pressing into the right hand and the right knee. Rainbowing the hips up towards the sky. The left arm goes up and back. Relax your head and neck back for your modified wild thing. If you've got an air guitar and you want to strum that here, you can do that as well. Making big circles with the arm here. Maybe going in the opposite direction. Good. Go ahead and release back down onto your glutes. Extend the right leg out. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Again, grounding down, squaring your hips with your foot and the top of the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the toes in. Hollow out the belly and begin to walk your hands forward. Again, only coming down as far as you feel comfortable this morning. Release. Come back up, sit up nice and tall. The left hand's coming behind you. Move into your modified wild thing on the second side. Push those hips up towards the sky. Let your head and neck relax and strum your air guitar. Maybe going in the opposite direction. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my old lady shoulder is popping like crazy. Go ahead and slowly release back down onto your glutes. Extend both legs out again, maybe giving them a good wiggle and shake. Bring both feet flat onto the mat. Scoot your sit bones close to your heels. And roll all the way down onto your back. Setting up for our bridge pose. Make sure that the heels are as close to the glutes as you can. When you reach down, you should be able to touch the back of your heels with your fingertips. Ground down through the feet. Pull the pelvis down and roll it up. Really pushing through the glutes and the feet here. Maybe interlacing the fingers and rolling the shoulders down and back together to go a little bit deeper. Make sure the knees don't splay out here and the neck is long. You don't want to be crunching your chin in towards your chest. Really push up, go a little bit higher for me. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the hands and slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Step the feet out to the edges of the mat. Bring your arms out to a T and wiper blade your legs from the left and to the right. Setting up for bridge round 2, or if wheel is in your practice, you can take wheel second time around this morning. All 10 fingers are facing the same direction as your toes. You're going to firmly root down through the hands and push through the feet, tucking the chin into the chest and rising up. Maybe lifting one leg up to the sky. Bringing it down. Maybe trying to lift the other leg up to the sky. Nope, the other one's not happening for me. One more big deep breath in right here in your wheel. Tuck your chin in towards your chest and roll back down. If you're in bridge, make sure you slowly roll her down as well. Bring both feet out to the edge of the mat. Again, arms out to a T. Wiper blade your legs from the left and to the right. It's neutralizing the hips and the spine after that deep back bend. Go ahead and draw both knees in towards your chest. Grab for opposite elbows or opposite forearms. Squeeze everything in real tight for me. Go ahead and grab for the bottoms of your feet. Drawing your knees up in towards your armpits. Simultaneously pushing and pulling on the feet as we flatten our back into the mat here for happy baby. If it feels good, maybe rock back and forth from side to side. Massaging the muscles of the spine. And hold still here in happy baby one last time, really pushing and pulling, flattening that back into the mat. Draw both knees in one more time, grab for opposite elbows, squeeze everything in real tight, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, release everything out. Let your heels come together, your toes fall wide. Walk the shoulders away from the ears. Close your eyes. Let your face become soft. Relax the jaw. Relax your shoulders. Feel your arms falling heavy by your side. Begin to notice the rise and the fall of the belly. With every inhale, letting in more energy, more prana, more life force. With every exhale, exhaling out carbon dioxide and negative energies that we no longer need to serve in the body. Feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed with every breath that you take. Feel the hips sinking heavy into the mat. Relax your thighs, the knees, and the shins. Let your feet fall heavy towards the earth. And for the next few minutes, just let your mind and body be still. Wherever your attention may have drifted, bring it back to your breathing, into the rise and the fall of the belly. You're wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. You're turning your head from left to right. Slowly bringing awareness back into the body, back into the room. You're reaching up overhead, giving yourself a big morning stretch from fingertips to toes, really feeling long all the way down the body. Whenever you're ready, moving into the fetal side of your choice, using your arms as a pillow. Smile because you gave yourself this time today. Slowly push yourself up to an easy seat. Bringing the hands into heart center. Namaste means that the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for letting me guide you through your moving meditation this morning. Namaste.